Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and a very warm welcome to Alia's Kitchen Creations. Today we are making the most popular, most loved and everybody's favorite Indian Pakistani snack, the samosa. Now, I'm going to make two different fillings for this samosa today, and I'm going to show you two very easy and very simple ways of how to fold it and make everyone's favorite samosa. So are you ready to cook with me today? Let's get started. Those of you joining me for the first time, I'm going to be sharing lots of simple and easy recipes with you all, from traditional Pakistani and Indian cuisine to new and exciting fusion dishes, desserts, starters, main courses, you name it, I've got it all. So to watch more delicious recipes, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're going to use 3 cups of plain flour, which should be enough to make 20 to 25 samosas. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of nigella seeds, 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds. So let's just mix the dry ingredients in all with our hand. Add 4 tablespoons of ghee or clarified butter. This is what's going to give our samosas that lovely crispy texture. Use your fingers to really massage in the ghee to the flour. A great way to tell if we use enough ghee in our mixture is take a handful, press it together, and you should be left with a little small clump in your hand. Let's gradually start to add our water. Keep adding water until you get a nice soft dough. As you can see, I'm left with this lovely smooth dough. Leave the dough to rest for half an hour. In the meantime, let's prepare our filling. For our potato filling, let's start with boiling 5 to 6 small-sized potatoes. Here I have a pan of water in which I'm going to boil 1 cup of peas. I'm using frozen peas, you can use fresh if you prefer. To make our delicious potato filling, let's start by adding 4 tablespoons of oil. Then to that, let's add 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, 1.5 teaspoon of mustard seeds, and 1.5 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Fry these off for a couple of minutes until you can smell their aroma. Then add your diced onions. So we're just going to saute our onions now for about 5 minutes, just until they turn translucent. Our potatoes have boiled now, and I've taken the skin off, and I'm just going to now mash them. Add our mashed potatoes to our onions, and let's mix it all together really well. Now we're going to add some spices. All these amazing spices are what's going to give our filling that really unique flavour. It's going to turn it from a simple potato dish and really elevate it to an amazing samosa filling. Now I'm going to add fenugreek leaves and chaat masala at the end because it really gives that filling an extra depth of flavour. But of course this is completely optional and you can leave it out if you want. I just find it adds another dimension to the filling. Let's finish it off with the peas that we boiled earlier, and of course a nice big bunch of fresh coriander. Our filling is now ready, and we just want to let it cool before we can fill it into our samosas. Let's start making our samosas by breaking the dough into small pieces and rolling it into balls. Now we need to make a flour slurry. This is what's going to be the glue that's going to hold our samosa together. So for that you're going to use 1 tablespoon of flour and 1/4 cup of water, and just mix it and dissolve the flour in the water until you get a nice paste. To make our samosa, let's start off by dipping our dough into some dry flour to stop it from sticking and flattening it ever so slightly. Then roll it out into a nice circle. Let's cut our circle in half. This is going to make 2 samosas. So take 1/2 and add some flour slurry or glue that we made earlier onto the top corner. Now the corner that is dry, we're going to fold into the middle, and then we're going to take the corner where we've put glue on and fold it over the top, overlapping each other like this, and gently press them both together. Turn it over onto the open side and hold it in your hand in a cone shape. Add your filling and then add some more of the flour slurry all the way around the edges of the samosa. Now gently pinch both sides of the samosa together to close it shut like so. And there you have it, our traditional triangle shaped samosa is ready. Now wasn't that easy? Let me show you how to do it one more time. So again, take your dough, press it into the flour and then just gently press the edges to thin the corners. Roll it out into a circle and as you can see, this is the thickness that you're looking for. Cut the circle in half, add your slurry to the top right hand corner. Now fold over both the sides into the middle, overlapping one another and press gently together. Flip it over, hold it into a cone shape and add in your filling. Put the slurry all around the edges and then gently pinch the sides together to seal your samosa into that perfect shape. So we're going to continue this process until all our samosas are made. Every ball makes 2 samosas because we cut the circle in half. And as I said before, this is enough dough to make at least 20 to 25 samosas. Once you've made all your samosas, transfer them onto a tray lined with some baking paper and freeze in your freezer. This is a fantastic thing to make and freeze because you can store them for at least a couple of months and they're ideal for Ramzan or any other parties that you have. You can just take them out, defrost them and fry them fresh, ready to serve to your guests. So now that our samosas are frozen, we can just transfer them into a Ziploc bag. So because our samosas are frozen in the tray, they're not going to stick together now. And the best thing about this is you can store them for up to 2 months, even longer, in your freezer and they'll still taste perfectly fresh when you fry them. In fact, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to fry them from frozen. I'm now going to show you another way to make the samosa in a completely different shape. For anyone that found the triangle folding samosa a little bit difficult, this is what you need. A nice, easy, simple shape with still the same delicious taste and texture of a samosa, but just in a simple and easy to make shape. For our second recipe, we're going to make a delicious minced meat filling. In a pan, take 1 tablespoon of oil and add in your minced meat. Now stir fry the meat for a couple of minutes until it starts to change colour. Add a little drizzle of water to allow the peas to cook and the onions to soften slightly. Allow your mixture to completely cool before we can fill it into our samosas. Now along with this exciting new filling, we've also got an exciting new shape. So for this shape, we're going to make smaller balls than we did last time. Here's our flour, dried flour. Let's put our ball inside. Press with your fingers to flatten it. Turn over and press again. Now you're going to press it with the edges of your hand. To roll into perfect circles, let me show you a cheat way of how you can do it. For this, we're going to take a larger piece of our dough and make a nice big ball out of it. Using this part of your hand and your fingers, just press the edges just to thin them a little. Roll your dough into a nice large circle. Be sure to add a little bit of flour if it seems to be getting too sticky. Now what you need is a cookie cutter or a glass, or I'm just using a little plastic bowl, anything that has a circle at the top. And we're going to use this to cut out some circles in our dough. Let's put a little bit of our paste around the edge. Put our filling in the middle. Fold the top half over and press the edges down to seal the samosa. We'll use our fork to make little design. Simple. There you have it. An easy way to do it. Just as we did in recipe 1, you can transfer your crescent-shaped samosas into a tray and put them to freeze. So now that our samosas are frozen, we can just transfer them into Ziploc bags. So I've just taken the samosas out of the freezer. You can either leave them to defrost for 15-20 minutes before frying, or just put them in the microwave for about 45 seconds. Make sure your oil is properly heated and it's on a medium heat. Add your samosas to the pan and fry them on one side for about 4 minutes, then turn them over and fry them on the other side until nice and golden brown. Our delicious, crispy, flaky samosas are ready to be served. Time for me to tuck in and enjoy our samosa. Delicious.